Former reality TV star Josh Duggar has a new address behind bars, and it is hundreds of miles from the Arkansas home where his family still lives. After a series of rapid moves through federal facilities in Texas and Oklahoma, the 38-year-old is now housed at a low-security prison in Ohio. The latest transfer comes while he continues serving a lengthy sentence for possessing child sexual abuse material and while his legal efforts to challenge that conviction keep moving through the courts. Why the sudden shifts in location? What does the new facility mean for the remainder of his time? And how are people reacting to yet another chapter in a story that has already spanned more than a decade of public attention? Stick around, because the details of this latest development reveal just how unsettled Josh Duggar's prison journey remains. The Duggar family first captured national attention through their TLC reality series 19 Kids and Counting. Jim, Bob and Michelle Duggar raised their large family in Springdale, Arkansas, under a strict conservative Christian lifestyle that became the show's central focus. Josh, the oldest of the children, appeared regularly on camera as a young adult navigating work, marriage, and family life in the public eye. The series was cancelled in 2015 after reports surfaced about Josh's earlier admissions of inappropriate conduct with underage girls, including some of his sisters, when he was a teenager. Years later, in 2021, federal authorities arrested him on charges related to child sexual abuse material. A jury convicted him that December of receiving and possessing material depicting minors engaged in sexually explicit conduct. In May 2022, a federal judge sentenced him to 12 years and 7 months in prison, followed by 20 years of supervised release. He began serving that sentence at the Federal Correctional Institution in Seagoville, Texas, a low-security facility near Dallas. For roughly 4 years that remained his primary placement. Then, in the spring of 2026, the pattern of stability ended and a series of transfers began that eventually brought him to Ohio. According to Federal Bureau of Prisons records and statements from a BOP spokesperson reported by multiple news outlets, Josh Duggar left FCI Seagoville in late May 2026 and was moved to the Federal Medical Center in Fort Worth, Texas. The reasons for that transfer have not been publicly detailed by prison officials, who cite privacy, safety, and security policies when declining to discuss individual inmate movements. After about a month at the medical center, he was transferred on July 1 to the Federal Transfer Center in Oklahoma City, a facility that often serves as a temporary holding point for inmates moving between institutions. From there, he was sent to the Elkton Federal Correctional Institution in Lisbon, Ohio. A Bureau of Prisons spokesperson confirmed to Arkansas media that Duggar arrived at FCI Elkton on July 8, 2026. The facility is described on the BOP website as a low-security institution with an adjacent satellite prison. It currently houses more than 2,000 inmates and sits roughly 90 miles southeast of Cleveland. The move places Duggar more than 850 miles from his family's home in northern Arkansas, a significant increase in distance compared with his earlier Texas placements. Throughout these transfers, he has continued to serve the same sentence. His projected release date, according to BOP records, is February 2, 2033. That date has shifted a few times during his incarceration, most recently extending into early 2033. Parallel to the physical moves, Duggar has pursued legal challenges. His earlier appeals, including a petition to the U.S. Supreme Court, were unsuccessful. In June 2026, a federal judge denied a motion he filed seeking to vacate the conviction, ruling that the filing arrived after the applicable deadline. Duggar has since given notice that he is appealing that denial. The transfers themselves do not alter the length of the sentence or the conviction, but they do change the practical conditions under which he is serving it, including distance from family and the specific programming and security environment of each facility. Bureau of Prisons officials have stated generally that designations consider security needs, medical or programming requirements, separation issues, and proximity to an inmate's eventual release residence, among other factors. No specific explanation has been released for why Duggar's path took him through these particular institutions in such a short span of time. The result is that a man once known to millions of television viewers now occupies a cell in a low-security Ohio prison while his legal team continues efforts to challenge the underlying case and his projected release remains years away. Public response to the Ohio transfer has largely followed the same divided lines that have marked coverage of Duggar's case since the original arrest. Many online commenters and some media outlets noted the frequency of the moves, for locations in roughly 3 months, and questioned what the changes might signal about conditions or classification inside the system. Others focused on the increased distance from Arkansas and the practical impact that distance could have on family visits. Supporters of the Duggar family have tended to emphasize the ongoing appeals and the hope that the conviction might still be overturned, while critics have pointed to the original jury verdict and the nature of the charges as reasons the sentence should be served without further interruption. Mainstream news reports from outlets in Arkansas, national entertainment publications, and local Ohio coverage have generally stuck to the verified timeline of transfers and the BOP's confirmation of the current location, avoiding speculation about internal prison reasons. Social media discussions have mixed curiosity about the logistics of federal inmate movement with broader commentary on the long-running public narrative surrounding the Duggar family. Overall, the reaction has been steady rather than explosive, reflecting the fact that this is the latest in a series of updates rather than an entirely new development. Looking ahead, the most concrete developments to watch involve the status of Duggar's latest appeal of the denied motion to vacate and any further changes in his projected release date or facility assignment. The Bureau of Prisons continues to manage his placement according to its internal criteria, and no public schedule has been released for additional transfers. Court filings related to the pending appeal will determine whether that challenge advances or is resolved. For now, the verified record shows him residing at FCI Elkton in Ohio, continuing to serve the sentence imposed in 2022. Josh Duggar's latest move to an Ohio federal prison marks another shift in a confinement that has already taken him through multiple states and facilities. From the long stretch at Seagoville to the brief stays in Fort Worth and Oklahoma City and now the low-security institution in Lisbon, the path has been anything but static. The conviction and sentence remain in place, the projected release sits in early 2033, and the legal challenges continue. What are your thoughts on this latest Duggar family update? Share your opinion in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss another Duggar family update.